10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chapter systems are offline.
Welcome to the Banter Club. Join myself, Mark, along with TY, Jackie, and Mahal as we talk all things sport. We will definitely trash your team, and if you don't like it, we'll definitely tell you your favorite footballer is a tax evader. Join us every week on the Banter Club.
Are we really doing this?
Of course, we are.
And welcome to another episode of the Banter Club SA with myself, TY Abuti Broadway. I've got Jackie in the building, I've got Mark in the building, and I've got Mahau as well in the building. First and foremost, start by apologizing for last week's episode, for not uploading last week. We are very, very sorry. We had some technical glitches. Mark, you want to weigh in on those?
We the recording basically couldn't be processed, and that's we tried to recover it for like a whole week, and we couldn't, and then we just had to re-record, which obviously time had already lapsed, and we might as well just make this week's episode 2. So yeah,
but the mere fact is it was done. The recording was done. It was there, but unfortunately we couldn't upload it. So
All right, so this is officially episode 2.1. Because it's episode 2, but the second version, the VSOP of episode 2. So we need to make this one extra special.
Yep.
Now, in the episode that disappeared, we spoke about Temba Bavuma and Dean Elgar as captains of the Proteas. Now, I can't remember who, but someone called it. Please raise your hand. Which one?
Yeah,
if you called it.
Well, it was me. I said it. I was the one. So no, I think it was a very good call. I think. I don't get why they had to appoint. Okay, but I get it because Dean is basically older, has played more than Temba, so I get why he'd be. And he was the school's captain back in the day, so there's always been leadership there. With Temba, he's just won the CSA T20 competition, so it's dope. It's dope. I'm happy personally about the appointments. We've got a Falcon boy, and then we also have Temba Bavuma. Yeah, first black captain of the Proteas.
First black captain. Hey, we're seeing a lot of first black captains in this era. Hey, Jackie, what are your thoughts on these, man?
To a certain extent, I was really expecting it. The Dean Elgar one I was expecting because the Proteas have always well known for taking an experienced player to actually lead the side, particularly when it comes to test. The Temba Bavuma one, like I said last week, on the recording that we basically dealt with it in great detail. I think Bavuma has shown the last couple of matches throughout the last couple of seasons, throughout the last couple of years, that he has shown capabilities as a captain. He has really saved South Africa in difficult situations, and particularly in the last.
I think we lost him there.
Yeah.
But Mahal, you want to weigh in on the topic?
Looking at both of the guys, I think they fit well within the team. I'm looking forward to their leadership when it comes to the Proteas, especially, the likes of Temba Bavuma, the first black captain, of course. And I think it's going to show more resilience when it comes to the team. And, especially the T20. I'm looking forward to that one, captaining the T20 series. So I think it's best option looking at the decision that was taken by Cricket South Africa.
Yeah, no, I think it's absolutely beautiful, man. We definitely need more black captains because but he must start getting his high fives now. It's time.
Yeah,
it's time.
And funny enough, I think also we're looking at forward to the T20 2021 T20 World Cup, which hopefully let's hope for the best, especially for the Proteas. Because when it comes to the T20 World Cup, it's never good when it comes to our team. Eh?
Yeah, but why do the Proteas never win anything? I don't get it.
It's very simple. First of all, now that we have a black captain, We have the underground gang.
Oh, goodness.
But Mamela, we have the underground gang behind us now. We have the black captain. We have an underground gang. Simnan, we're gonna win the next World Cup.
Oh, goodness. Okay, let's hope so. Let's hope so. You know when someone says it's very easy, you know it's never that simple. Eh? It's never ever that simple. Okay, cool. So now the Bafana Bafana squad was announced today, and hey, I don't get it. The goalkeeping department had Itumele and Khune in it. Your thoughts on that, gents? Let me start with Mahal.
I mean, guys, how many goalkeepers do we have in South Africa? Well, not in South.
A lot.
Give me one that's playing, especially looking at the PSL. Give me one that's there playing game in, game out.
I don't know, but I think maybe Goss deserved a chance there.
Yeah, but I mean, remember, you have to go with the issue of game time, and then now you see you don't have any South African goalkeeper playing game in, game out. So what else do you choose as a coach? Let's go for the stats, how the best of the best, who's the best of the best as we look at the stats right now. Obviously, maybe we'll rate Khune number 1, maybe number 2 after Ron Williams, but according to me, I think he fits to be there because, I mean, there's no any other guys who seems to succeed what he has achieved. And currently, we're not seeing any goalkeeper participating or being there throughout, clean sheets. I mean, you spoke about Goss, it's injuries in and out, so it's a very difficult decision.
Is Virgil Freese not South African?
He's Namibian.
No,
he's Namibian.
Ah, damn. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. I was about to stand up for him. Mark, your thoughts?
I think Mahal is absolutely spot on. Because I'm thinking about the top sides in the league, and most of them are actually playing with a foreign goalkeeper. I mean, you have Chiefs as number 1 keeper as a foreign keeper. Pirates, are you going to really bring Sandylands in? Are you going to bring Ofori is obviously also a foreigner. You look at...
Leave Sandylands out of this conversation.
Yeah, I know, guys. That's what I'm saying.
Opa Manyisa, that's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, man, I think Khune is... Because now you're going to have to look at it. Are you going to bring in a young keeper? Or because, I mean, this is then going to be for, I believe, a qualifier. So you have to bring someone with some sort of experience, not on the dance floor, but, some sort of experience in between the posts for the country. So I think it makes sense to bring in Khune, also for his leadership. Which is very fleeting right now, but I mean, you'll still bring him in for his leadership. And Veli Motwa probably just because, I mean, he's done well at Amazulu. So yeah, he's deserving of his call-up. So I think Khune is probably our third choice keeper in that list.
But now I'm really worried. I'm not seeing Ngobo anywhere on the list. Why was Ngobo not added? I mean, such an amazing talent. Is it not the time just to bring him into the setup so that he can just start growing with the team?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Mahal, go for it.
I think Dick wanted to comment on this one.
Let's give this on to Jackie. Jackie, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. For me, guys, I think both gentlemen have said it properly. Guys, we're dealing with the qualifiers of AFCON right now. And Ngobo, I think, was going to be more suitable in the friendlies in particular. I don't think it's. I think Mlifentegi went with more of experience in space for the two qualifiers because knowing the fact that if he doesn't qualify for.
Oh my God, Jackie,
we lost Jackie there.
Yeah, we lost him there. But I mean, I understand going for experience instead of going for. But I mean, you've got a guy like Dean Furman in there. You've got a Bongani Zungu. You've got a Ben Motwari, you've got a Rivaldo Cotier, you've got an Andy Lejali. You've got so many players that play the same position. Would not be nice just to sacrifice one of those for a youngster to come in? I mean, I've seen Ngobo and Pesitao leading us in the next World Cup, if we're being honest. So So does it not make sense to bring him in just so that he can, even if he sits on the bench and does not play?
It makes sense, but I think let's talk about consistency. I mean, let's look at what happened when Bafana Bafana was playing against Sao Tome. So I think when looking at what Coach Mulifensiki was trying to achieve here, I think it was just a matter of let me continue from where we left, and then the rest, maybe after qualifying, we will see which players are making more sense right now, where we can just bring them to say that, okay, we need at least 2 or 3 younger players to have that feeling of playing for Bafana Bafana and then playing within the African Cup of Nations. So I think right now, it's for Mulifensiki, it's a matter of, okay, let me just continue where we left. And then from there, after qualifying, if we qualify, I think that's when you will choose to say that, okay, I'll drop 1, 2, and bring some younger players which are on the peak right now.
Okay, I need some education. What position does Luther Singh play?
Is generally a winger, can play at 10, and can play as a. I wouldn't call him an out-and-out striker, but you can play him as a forward. Because I remember, I think during his under-20 days, they did play him up front as a forward. He's predominantly a winger.
Okay, so we've only got 3 wingers in this squad, which is, I don't understand what Mulifensiki is trying to do. Maybe someone can explain it to me. But just to someone who's looking at the squad right now, and I don't understand it, because I'm just seeing central midfielders, 2-3 wingers with Pesita, Keegan Dolly, and Luther Singh, maybe a Temba Bavuma in there as well. What formation is he actually going to go for? Is it a 4-3-3? Is it a 4-4-2? What do you think he's going to play?
Definitely going to have 2 holding players. Because it looks like he's going to go probably with because I mean he's got Rivaldo, he's got Ben, he's got Zungu, he's got Sipo's who's this Andile Charlie. Probably he's going to play one guy just in front of them. Maybe a Mbule, I don't know. I'd like to see Mbule play up there. Maybe but Percy's probably going to be played out wide. I don't see him playing down the middle because I feel he's more effective out wide. But a lot of people obviously argue. But I think he's probably going to play with two defensive players just in front of the back 4 if he does play a back 4. And then I think the others will then maybe be given license to attack and maybe just interchange. Because I think if you play Dolly on the one side, you play Tau on the other side. I think you can definitely swap around the wings. I think Mbule would I want to see Mbule play, guys. I don't know. I'm seeing the squad and I see he's the only proper number 10 in this side. So we'll see.
But looking at what Mark is saying, on the center stage, I'm seeing the likes of Dean Femin and Andile Jali holding that center stage. I'm not sure about the left and right. Of course, we're likely to see Pesita being on the right-hand side. Hopefully, Mbule, as Mark is saying, that you'll get to Jalen. But center stage, I think the likes of Andile Jali and Dean Femin might hold that middle field.
Okay. Speaking of the Bafana squad, I'm getting reports. I've gotten literally 3 reports today saying that Khune's the back room of Khune's parents' house caught fire yesterday, and the sister was inside and she failed to escape and she passed away in the fire. Any truth to this?
I haven't heard the story.
It's still new news to me, so I don't know anything about it.
I mean, I've gotten it 3 times already today, and first time I thought it was because there hasn't been a reputable source. So first time I thought maybe it was a hoax or something, but now I'm seeing more and more people are just sending it through to me to talk about. But yeah, if that's not true, then yeah, we can move on. CAF presidential elections. FIFA has said that FIFA president has asked the other 3 candidates to back down, 2 of them to be vice president, and the other one to be an advisor to Patrice Motsepe. So FIFA is saying we want money, we want sponsorship in Africa, we need more of that. What are your thoughts? Hey, let me start with Mahal.
Guys, who's this? The boss of FIFA now? Infantino. Guys, Yeah,
Infantino.
I mean, let's look at the last elections of CAF. Wasn't he the same guy who was backing Ahmed to be the president of CAF? Wasn't he the same guy?
Correct.
Same guy.
Wasn't he the same guy to say that, okay, let's
Yep.
back this man. We're looking forward to his leadership. So what difference will it make now when it comes to backing up Motsepe and then after eating whatever he wanted to eat and then dumping him to the side? Because right now we're talking about Ahmed. Infantino is nowhere to be found. So isn't
true.
he likely to repeat the same thing so that, okay, I want to use Motsepe, whether I want to use money or whatever, but you want to use Motsepe, and then after using him, back off, and then all the blame will be on Patrice Motsepe. But how sure are we that the decision that is taken by FIFA to say that, okay, we're backing up him under the leadership of Infantino, to say that, okay, we want Patrice Motsepe to be the president of CAF, I'm not sure if this is it will be a good thing for us. No,
Wait, let me ask you something. So are you saying because Patrice Motsepe does not have any sort of experience running an FA? I mean, the only thing he really has is Sundown. So are you saying that he's an easy target for Gianni Infantino to control? Are you saying that?
Not really that, but I'm saying the decision for him to say that, okay, let's back this person. He has made that decision last time, the last elections. This decision was made the last election, said that, okay, let's back Ahmed to be the president. So, I mean, if he's saying this again, doesn't this mean that he's likely to repeat the same thing that he did with Ahmed?
I have a question. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm back. Hopefully this time around,
Welcome back.
Everything will go well. Guys, first thing, when is the next FIFA elections?
I think
On next week Friday.
7 or 8 days.
Next FIFA elections, not the next CAF elections.
Oh.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing you should ask. Okay,
I have
Shaul,
no idea.
that's the first thing you should ask yourself. And which continent has the most members in the FIFA Council?
Europe.
Europe?
It's about 50. How many bodies do we have? Like 48 or 50?
Africa has like 54, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, 54. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have 54. You've got 54 members who vote for you in the FIFA elections. You're most likely guaranteed to remain as president of FIFA. And that is what Infantino is trying to do. And Mahao raised a valid point that even when Ahmed was elected president of CAF, it was through back door. He did the same thing. And like I said last week on our recording last week, which we couldn't upload, but I think that one thing Motsepe does not understand is that Motsepe is well known for being very ethical and being well principled. And based on what I'm seeing right now, he's going to win elections through the back door. And that's not going to benefit Africa, because Africa has been well known for being guinea pigs in the world governing body that is FIFA. And Infantino, by doing so, he knows that, fine, I'm going to do my shady deals with whoever I have to do. Then after that, I'm going to be re-elected as FIFA president. Then I'm going to blame it on Motsepe at that time. You understand me? It's the same thing as Ahmed. I don't think Ahmed is actually corrupt. But because of the shady deal that he had with Infantino when he was elected as president of FIFA, that is why now all of a sudden they're now saying that he was the one who actually committed those crimes. And what's also going to be very interesting, because people don't understand something, Ahmed is still, based on the award that was given 2 weeks back, and if in the next 72 hours, if the judgment by CAS does rule in favor of Ahmed might delay the elections to at least later this year, which will to a certain extent benefit him.
Yes,
because the elections are scheduled to take place next week, but we'll find out by, I think, tomorrow or Saturday if CAS is going to rule in his favor. But going back to the point, D-Money, Infantino is only doing it because he wants to get enough votes for the next FIFA election. That's the main thing. And the African continent, CAF in particular has been well known for shady deals. Going back to the
True. Jackie, you still there?
I think we lost him again.
Oh, we lost him again. Yeah, but just to answer the question that he asked, the next FIFA elections are going to be in 2023. So yeah, I think he has an absolutely beautiful point there. That look, he could just be gunning to get more votes. But how is it that Africa has so many bodies in FIFA, but we have so many little teams in the World Cup? Is it because of our performance? What could be the reason?
Yeah, show me how. Go for it.
One of the simple things is, we are definitely not united as African. Let's look at what's going to happen right now with the president election thing. We know that for a fact, the northern hemisphere, when it comes to voting for the countries in even South Africa has its own, that won't happen. Countries like Egypt, they're not going to come on board to say that, okay, we want a leader from South Africa to come and lead the CAF federations for the next 5 or whatever years. And it's sort of like we are all separated, be it southern side of Africa, eastern, western, and the northern. There's no way that we are united. So I doubt that we're likely to even succeed when it comes to having teams performing well during the World Cup, because we fail to unite when it comes to our own continental south. Because one thing is, let's talk about the issue of people not following African football. Why are people loving the European football other than the African football? We know that when it comes to South African, you love only the South African football, and then you will move on to say, okay, let's go now to Europe and love the European football. But you likely not to like the games from Egypt, games from Nigeria. A lot of people don't know what's happening in Nigeria, what's happening in Egypt. You only know maybe the likes of Al Ahly to say, okay, no, we're playing against Al Ahly when it comes to CAF Champions League or CAF Confederations Cup. But apart from that, are we showing interest when it comes to other countries' football leagues? Are we uniting as a continent to say that, okay, let's...
But I think, Mahau, the question should be, do we have access to these leagues? Can I watch the Zambian league freely? Can I watch the Egyptian league? I can't. And it kind of sucks that in America, North America gets the Egyptian league, they get the CAF Champions League, all the games in HD. They get the Zambian league, the Nigerian leagues in HD. They get the SA league in it, but our own Africans, we don't have the leagues. And I think that's where we need to start. Let's start by creating access. DSTV, MultiChoice rather, has access to most of these leagues, but they're not spreading them throughout the different countries. Why don't we have a Football Africa channel where we just broadcast football in Africa that's not in your country? You know what I mean? I would love to watch Pyramids with Zamalek, but I don't have access to that.
Yeah, but you see, the issue is actually, it comes back to brown envelopes, because when it comes to CAF, they started to the highest bidder, not in the interest of actual African football. Because I know with this Super Sport tried, and are you making another cameo appearance there, Jackie? So yeah, just back to my point. With CAF, I think when they do sell the rights, they don't prioritize Africans to watch their game. They prioritize money over actual Africans watching the game. So that's where you find a lot of the times we don't have access to our own continent's biggest competition, because they've sold the rights to some French company, or they've sold the rights to a North American company. So
yes,
there's a lot that's wrong with the way CAF runs its house, and unfortunately the brown envelopes are a problem, guys. They're a real problem. Those things are powerful. So and yeah.
My thing is, a man like a Patrice Motsepe stepping in, not being influenced by the brown envelope, because he does not need the money. So is that a good thing for South Africa, for African football, or not?
It's tough, because I think with Patrice as look, I don't know what kind of a job he'd do as CAF president, but it seems like he's basically won it. before the election happens. But I think he would probably try to bring the stability. But remember, you also need the buy-in of the whole of all the member bodies. And I think the difficult thing is going to be to get the buy-in of everyone and to ensure that things change for the better. Because I mean, again, if you're in a corrupt system, it's so difficult to be the one good person or the one person that's maybe not for it. So, because we also don't know whether Motsepe is also growing his business venture through this. But anyway, so it's going to be tough. It won't be easy for him. But yeah, man, it's
Just also add on. Okay.
Mahal?
I'm back.
Oh, Jackie, yeah?
Okay. I think just to also add on, I think like last time when I said that for me, the biggest problem in the African continent is the North Africans. The North Africans have this tendency of wanting to control what's happening in the continent. Classically, they bully everybody on the field, even behind closed doors. So it tells you something that if the oh my goodness, okay, if Motsepe is allowed to lead CAF without any interruption, potentially CAF can actually reach a level like your UEFA and so forth. But now the worrying fact is that the manner in which Motsepe is entering the CAF presidency it's very worrying in my opinion, because now if you check the manifesto, he talks about ethics and so forth. But from what we are hearing from across the continent, it's because of Gianni Infantino that he's going to be elected. So by the time they actually go to the polls, the election's already been concluded. See? And that is against the principles, the manifesto, Patrice Motsepe. You understand me?
But pause, Jackie. Let me just put this through to you, né? Because how I see it is that you know how the system works. You don't become FIFA president without a bit of corruption. So why not play the system, get in the seat, and fix the system?
Now the problem is this. Now, remember, if you check the rules and regulations, in fact, if you check if you check CAF's regulations, statute, it says that the president is the one that actually appoints and chooses the vice president. But the reports now are suggesting otherwise. They're saying that fine, Motsepe, in order for him to actually be president, they're going to choose the executive for him. So now imagine working with people who don't share the same vision as you. How are you going to actually resolve the problem in the continent if you don't have an executive that shares the same idea as you? Motsepe, how are you going to fire them? Because you have an agreement with whoever that actually took you to that position. So I don't want to mention names, because if I end up mentioning names, we're gonna get into. But
I mean, who's this young guy?
Name drop, bro.
Who's this young guy?
Give us.
Yes, Mao.
Who's this young guy who's also contesting for the CAF presidential? Is he from? What's this name? Augustine.
The one.
Yes.
From Mauritania.
Yeah. I mean, why should he settle to be the? They gave him a position to say, okay, let's give President Motsepe to be the president, and then you take this position. Maybe because you're still young, you might grow and then be the president. No, that's nonsense. If you are running for president, go for president. If you win, you win. If you don't win, it's fine. Maybe next time, but I mean, don't settle for the next time, because I mean, if they choose Patrice Motsepe now, it's a done deal. But I mean, again, when it comes to the issue of money, I mean, brown envelope is all over the world. I mean, the entire soccer fraternity is rotten. So you cannot talk about CAF only and exclude. I mean, as much as Europe, everything is going well, but there's money going in and going out when it comes to countries and
Man United and Barcelona. Yes.
But another thing when it comes to the rights and making sure that the people of Africa really understand and get to learn about African football, I think it will go back to money as well. I mean, we need infrastructure, we need stadiums. We had the best World Cup when it comes to 2010, but look at us now. Are we utilizing those infrastructures to say that, okay, why can't the next CAF Confederations Cup final be hosted in South Africa? What's happening to that one? And then let's talk about, we're talking about infrastructures. What about other countries? Are they building those stadiums? Are you accommodating to say, that, okay, when we build better infrastructure, to someone who doesn't really understand or like football, they might find an interest. Okay, let me go to the stadium because I might chill well, and then maybe later on, after 2 or 3 years, they'll then get to understand and like the game of football. Apart from the infrastructure, let's go on to now advertising and marketing. Are we doing that? Are we putting the money behind that to say that, okay, we need teams, we need countries, we need Bafana Bafana, we need Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns to say that, okay, you should, even if there's someone from Nigeria, they should know that there's a team named Kaizer Chiefs, and then they've won the DSTV Premiership for 2020-21. That should be a fact. But we're not doing that. And
Why do you have to say that? Yeah, Dreamland. No, continue.
Hey, you Richie.
And again, the TV rights issue as well. The CAF should take those rights back. I mean, we need to see more of African football in Africa. We need to see games. If there's the final, the last game of the Nigerian league, we need to see that on all African countries. Say that, okay, this is the last game or this is the final of the top league when it comes to in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Gambia. But that need to be shown in the entire continent, within the entire continent. So that, okay, now, guys, I'm saying that this is a step-by-step thing. That's why I'm saying that just show us at least a final of something and say, okay, how did Nigerian football? It's interesting. Okay, then the next time you would want to follow this thing. Okay, next time maybe we'll watch a final of the biggest cup in Nigeria. Then the next thing we end up seeing the entire league being broadcast in South Africa. I mean, the possibilities are high, and I think they're choosing not to do that. I mean, it's a matter of wanting money for their own pockets and not for the people. I mean, soccer is for the people. When it comes to soccer, you need to do that for the people. So it's infrastructure, marketing and advertising or branding. The lastly would be the issue of broadcast rights.
I think in terms of infrastructure, Africa's actually doing well. They've been building stadiums all across Africa. I work on and I cover a lot of sports across the continent, and stadiums are being built everywhere.
But how many clubs own those stadiums?
Yes, are we
few
using those stadiums? Let's talk about the stadium in Cape Town. Now the rugby, almost every rugby team is they're taking over their stadium now, and it was built for what? It was built for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Now all those soccer teams are moving backwards, and the rugby teams are taking over that stadium. Now it's seen as a rugby stadium, and we forget where it came from. It was built in 2010, and it was a soccer stadium. Yes, let's share it. But now the rugby teams are taking over those stadiums, and it seems as if our local teams won't be able to utilize those stadiums being their home games. They have to take the second option. Let's say, for instance, if you are in Limpopo, you have the what's the stadium? You have Peter Mokaba, and then you have the other one, the smaller Peter Mokaba stadium. So now, because of having a rugby team which is based in Limpopo, they might take the bigger Peter Mokaba, and then the other soccer teams will have to settle in for the smaller stadium, which is, I think that's a problem when it comes to our local football and continental wise. Yeah.
But that's my chat. That we built stadiums in 2010 when we don't have enough football teams. You know what I mean? We don't have enough football teams for these stadiums. I mean, when last was Ellis Park even used? You know, the Rand Stadium right now is used as a training ground. We don't have enough. I honestly believe that the PSL needs to go back to the 20-team format. So we can have more teams in the PSL, have more stadiums being utilized, because I mean stadiums are not being used. You know, Mark, your thoughts?
Yeah. Look, I think maybe with the stadium issue again. look, I think first of all, the smaller stadiums should have been utilized a long time ago. I mean, look at what's the one in Tembisa, where Highlands Park used to play. I mean, that place.
Makulong.
Yeah, on a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon, it would be really buzzing because the people of that community resonate with that place and they're able to go there. So now, remember, what's this? Soccer City, as much as it's Ekokasi, but like it's on the outskirts. So not everyone can just, they can't just go there, you know. Because also it's a new stadium. It's a white elephant. Do they call them white elephants? I think so. But anyway, but like it's way too big and it doesn't belong to a particular team. So it becomes difficult for anyone to have some sort of affinity with it. So I think, first of all, we have stadiums within the smaller communities, and that's where you have to build a love. So as soon as you build a love there, I mean, guys can also go to a F&B whenever there's like a big game that's not Chiefs and Pirates, because they've already felt the hunger for the game where they go to the smaller stadiums. They're able to go to, because I mean, look at Toyando. It gets packed. I mean, first of all, we need, again, let's go back to the 20 teams, utilize the smaller stadiums within the communities, get them to a standard where they have a good enough surface to play on, so that we can build up and then utilize the bigger stadiums. Because I think we don't have that passion for the game because it's not at home. We have to go and drive 20, 30 kilometers somewhere, whereas we have stadiums within our communities which we can use, but we're not using them. And I think we need to start there. We need to start with our community stadiums, get those functional, get those to be top class, and then I mean we can definitely then maybe use your F&Bs and your what's that one in Mpumalanga? The one, that's a
Mbombela.
Yeah, Mbombela, yeah. Beautiful stadium, but I mean nobody ever uses it. So
TS Galaxy is using it, no?
Yeah, I guess, but like, you know, it's for before TS Galaxy it was Super Sports United, and who else used it? And that's it. So, and Super Sport is not their home ground. Yes, Chiefs, whenever Bobby wants an extra income to buy Hennessy bottles, they would go there. So, you know, yeah.
So accurate. Okay, let's talk about Kansas Chiefs for a little bit. Itumeleng Khune has been banned from social media, but he's still making the rounds on social media with people showing us video clips of him partying, drinking, and it's been a trend for Kansas Chiefs for a while now. What do you think about the social media ban, Mark?
First of all, let's just all agree dance moves are terrible. I've never seen such backward dance moves. Anyway, should have done it to another or something. But I think going forward, look, I think it's very sad what's happening to Itu, because I think Itu is in a place where he's having a bit of an existential crisis, because I don't think he's sure what's happening with his career right now. And I think it's important for him to have the right people around him. I mean, people in Hollywood keep saying this, that you need the right people behind you. And I think he needs the right people behind him. I mean, maybe he should swallow his pride and go to a lesser club, or maybe go, if he wants to. I mean, I think going to Europe is not that difficult. I mean, if a guy like Khune can go, I think someone like Itu can also go there. I mean, go to some smaller club, regain your form. And I mean, because he's almost at the end of his career. Right now, he should be focusing on playing. And unfortunately, nobody's in his ear telling him what to do. And I think that's where he's spiraling out of control. I mean, it's a good thing they banned him from social media, because I think he listens too much to what everyone has to say and he doesn't focus on his football. So, yeah, I think he should find someone who'll be able to actually tell him how to focus. I mean, he must use a charara, that guy, and then all he does must call his girlfriend, his wife, and say, "Oh, Mtanwetu is our child fine?" And then it's like, good, and that's all that should matter to him: his family, and then his football. Otherwise, everything else is a distraction for someone at the twilight of his career.
True,
I
true.
agree with
Jackie, your thoughts?
Mark. I think the biggest problem with Itumeleng right now, I think it's more of a personal problems. I remember last year, there were reports that the wife left him, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was just some disagreement between the two. And ever since that moment, the disagreement with him and the wife, everything just been going under control. But I think also to add on, I even said it last week again that Itumeleng Khune right now, also playing for a big team like Kaizer Chiefs, you have a lot of pressure, and if you look at the Kaizer Chiefs right now, the pressure that they have, whenever something happens, they always look at the senior players, and he is among the senior players. So there's a lot of pressure on him to actually perform. And also, when you have to go back home, you also have got all your own personal problems. And I also heard, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday he lost the sister. So there's a lot of big problems with regards to Itumeleng Khune. Maybe leave Kaizer Chiefs, go to a small club, just try and regain your confidence, and then potentially go to overseas and play for a top team in Europe. Because I don't think he doesn't have the capabilities right now to actually play for a top team in Europe. It's just a matter of regaining the confidence because the quality is still there. And that's one of the reasons why most Bafana Bafana coaches always call him back for Bafana Bafana because of the quality that he still has. So he needs to just potentially just leave Kaizer Chiefs because Kaizer Chiefs has a lot of pressure. And if you look at a lot of Kaizer Chiefs fans, like Mark himself, they constantly pushing him, they constantly attack him on Twitter, and he cannot handle that. And so he needs to really maybe take a break and really ask himself if he still wants to play football. Because right now, things are just getting worse every single week. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the video was taken on Monday. And if indeed it was taken on Monday, you can clearly see that he's got a lot of problems.
Dancing with women that aren't his wife. Hey, Gooby, guys. Gooby. All right, let's talk about the Kaizer Chiefs transfer rumors real quick before we close off. We did this last week where who should stay, who should go. Now we're doing who should come, who should not come to Chiefs. I'm going to give you the list of transfer rumors that who the players Chiefs are targeting. I need to know from you, should they come to Chiefs or should they not come to Chiefs, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. First player, Boucher Mkhwanazi.
You know, okay, sharp. It's a big no. It's a big no. In my opinion, it's a big no. Guys,
why?
Everybody's talking about Butim Khone as a quality player. I'm yet to see any quality from Butim Khone. I think he lacks consistency, in my opinion. And like I said, going to play for a team like Kaizer Chiefs, which has a lot of history of quality defenders, you're going to be expected to constantly be on form, constantly perform. And Mkhwanazi, for me, he hasn't really shown those qualities for a team like Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know, man. But I think you would.
We lost him again. Mark, your thoughts, Butlem Mkhwanazi? Should he come to Chiefs? Should he not?
How old is he again? I forgot his age.
He's in his late 20s.
Late 20s. I don't think Chiefs should go for someone who's in their late 20s. I think Chiefs needs to rebuild. I think you already have Ngezana there. So I think maybe a 24, 25-year-old central defender should come in. Because, look, if we're going to be honest, Chiefs is an aging side. I think at the beginning of the season, if you leave out the two youngsters and Plumber and Ngobo, you actually found that I think the whole team was over 30. So you can't have that in any team. It just doesn't, because you already know that there's no pace in the team. And any centre-back pairing helps to have one pacey one and one who's very good in terms of like their positional play. Because if you have two defenders who are slow, I mean the young kids are gonna have a field day. So I don't think we should take them.
Yeah,
okay, correction. He's actually 31 years old.
How old?
He's 31.
Let's forget.
He's supposed to remain.
Okay, next player, Thabo Notata, Cape Town City. Should he come to Chiefs? Should he not? I need a yes or a no.
Yeah,
I like Tower. I like Tower, man. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They desperately need.
Yes or no?
Yeah, we need an next back.
Yes.
Okay.
How did he even waste time? My goodness.
Okay. Mtutuzi Cape Town City midfielder.
No.
Yes.
We need him, yes.
How can you say no to that guy, guys?
Okay. Alantene Palane from
I think he might fit
Bloemfontein
him as a sub.
Celtics. Okay. Here's a surprise one that has been mentioned. Taborahale TTM.
I think we need him.
You might as well just take over Manchester 2 at this rate.
Okay, but wait. Devil's advocate here. But the thing is, with Tabarachal, as much look, I'm not gonna be talking about his quality, but the one thing that he does do very well is that he's not afraid to take on players, and there's no one in the Chiefs lineup that really does that. So I think that part of his game we could need, because I've seen a lot of teams. I know with Chelsea as well. We struggle to go forward because we don't have anyone who really takes on defenders, because we keep Pulisic on the bench. But anyway, and I think Thabo can do that for Chiefs. I mean, at some point, you can't pass the ball. You need to actually take. You must run at your defenders. They might make a mistake, get a penalty. We all know he can die.
For one season, so, and then after winning the league and some few cups,
and see what happens.
No, it's fine. It's
guys, no way.
It's unknown.
No way.
So it's fine.
All right. Njabula Ngobo, Morocco Swallows defender.
Maro was struggling.
Not now.
Okay.
If they do sign him, I think
Brandon Peterson used to be at Wits.
Peterson.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Takusani Mtetwa, he's currently at Swallows, the defender. Okay, and my favorite on this list, Bonginkosi Ntuli at Amazon.
You gotta be kidding me.
The one-man team.
No, he's not a bad player.
Okay. Amazulu Temba Bavuma.
No.
What about him?
No. I think he fits Amazul. It's fine.
Wow.
No.
Goodman Musele at Baroka. Knox Mutizo, Golden Arrow striker.
No.
Yeah, it's a big no.
It's a no from me.
Even if they do,
Robert is fine at Supersport.
Even if he goes to Chiefs, he won't do anything.
Yeah, Robert is fine at Supersport.
But because I think the style at Supersport suits him. Chiefs doesn't play the same way. I mean, you've seen they struggle, the strikers.
Definitely. Abubakar Mubara.
As a sub,
Why?
I'll take him. But then the problem is he went to Pirates, and then I think the lights and the cameras, and it got to him, and I think
but he never wanted to go to Pirates.
All right, and Craig Martin of Cape Town City.
Who?
Craig Martin.
Nah, it's fine. He must go run somewhere. Not a Chiefs.
So who must Chiefs sign? I need 3 players from me, then, Mark. 3 players Chiefs need to sign. Real quick.
I was about to say, I'd say they should go for Sipombule. I think.
Okay, Super Sports.
Yeah, because he's what? Who's this guy? He's what Manyama could have been at Chiefs. I think he could really be very good. Yeah, man. We need Skellum. I think Skellum. We need a bit of pace, guys. Maybe go fetch Stellenbosch or Skellum. Maybe. I am not a fan of that boy. But anyway, I think he's decent. But Yeah, no, he's a close Kholela type. But anyway, yeah, probably Nange. I think those would be my three.
Okay.
I would go for
How your
Patrice
three?
Nange, Klanti, and Bule.
Okay.
No,
Jackie, who
no.
does Sundowns need to sign?
No. You want to
They've
sign
already
the
signed
Patrice now?
I think just for control, ne? Just for control.
But we need to find
I think Stephen Bully, ne? I think he would fit in great at Sundowns. And this kid, man. Haugele Skhota, I think would be great at Sundowns.
I think Vincent Pule must come to Sundowns.
Yeah.
I really think that the boy is talented. He just needs to mold himself around players that can actually play like him. At Paris, there's no such players. Like Kamapila at Kaizer Chiefs. Doesn't make sense. If Pule comes to Sundowns, put him up there with Zwane, Serino. The boy's going to play quality football.
I agree.
Rumor has it that Patrice Motsepe just on the final day of the transfer deadline day apparently signed the DSTV Premiership trophy on a 5-year deal. I don't know if that's true.
Jealousy. But we can win it 2 more seasons. Next season is not a problem. Be the first team to win the PSL title 5 times in a row. I'm not complaining. There's no competition
the league
in
is
the PSL
done
right now.
Some teams will be relegated.
It's over.
Some sort of team will be relegated this season. The other one will be fighting for top 4. That's where we end.
We see it, but
Pirates might just fight for relegation.
And Chiefs
stop season. Again, a top 4.
I'm a cozy for.
PSL 2 wins, you're in.
You almost focus on read.
All right, guys. Podcast.
They must focus on Widad and just leave us alone.
Sorry, Jackie, you were saying?
Yeah,
did you see the tweet that they posted today? They said Kosi and the number 4.
They must fire that boy or girl who's ever running our account. I must fire them.
Possible to fire her.
No, it's no. I'm sure it's some kid in jail who's a Pirate supporter in the closet or a Sundown support.
I know.
Jake is a Jew running that account.
It's the youngest Mutaunji. Okay, she's not going anywhere. She's staying. You must just know Kosi 4 and Sobana Pambi. Why didn't she just use the word R? You have the number 4.
Yeah, it's
what a Straight up. All right, Chase, I think that's it. Anything we didn't talk about? You
predictions?
Want to touch
Chelsea against Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Our defenders are back. We've got 2 centre backs for the first time in I don't know how long. Liverpool win.
I was about
it's gonna be a 0-0 draw.
Most is gonna score a hat trick or a brace. Watch the space.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. I think as a Chelsea fan, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win. And then Mo Salah will be injured. Wait, is he already injured?
What the hell?
Who's gonna score for Chelsea? Which player in Chelsea is scoring goals right now?
No. The thing about Chelsea is that defensively we're solid at the moment, but we're trash going forward. So hopefully, we can sneak in 2 goals. Probably start with Giroud.
Yeah, man,
and
let's
then,
talk about one game.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Talking about 3 games here. We're talking about one game. Don't even bring other goals from other games. Let's focus on one game. Chelsea and Liverpool.
That bicycle kick is worth 2 goals. I don't care who says what.
Oh my goodness. All right, Jess, we need to head up out of here. We've just hit the hour mark, so let's just wrap it up now. And thank you very much, Jess, for joining in. Same time, same place.
And good luck-
next week.
good luck to
This has been
Sundowns,
the
man, on
Banter
Saturday, man.
Club SA. Peace.
Bye.
Really liked you. 3 points in the bag.
Join us every week on the Banter Club.